to welcome my guest. To my far right is the Jesus boy. You can see Jesus on his head. Please welcome Revelation. Seated next to Revelation is Patience. Put your hands together for Patience. And next to Patience is Doshima. And just close by my side here is the lion. They call him Josiah. All right. Okay, so you're all welcome. You're all beautifully dressed. Welcome to the show. Okay. I want to ask, what are dangerous signs? What are dangerous signs? Josiah, can you answer that?
All right. First of all, before I answer that question, I really just want to establish quickly the authority we have to be up on this platform discussing this issue, because we might have some Sadducees and Pharisees that will begin to question, why are they up here? First of all, we have an amazing teacher, an example in Pastor Gabe Itodo. You know, if you encounter Pastor Gabe Itodo, you can clap, please clap. If you encounter Pastor Gabe Itodo, two things that must rub off on you: common sense and relationship wisdom. So we have that, and we are not so young, and we have experience. So you see, and you say experience is the best teacher, so I guess we are good to go. All right, so what is red flag? You see, the red flag can mean different things, but in this context, in the context of relationship, a red flag is a sign of an unhealthy, toxic behavior that a person is existing, and it's usually for you to either stop or not to go on at all. That's what a red flag would be.
All right. Thank you very much. There are a lot of questions, so we're not going much on that. I believe that a lot of us know what are those dangerous signs. All right. Doshima. Someone said that relationship without money is like a joke that is not funny. All right. So it seems like when finance is scarce, romance is scarce too. So is that a red flag? What are some, financial related, characters that people display, and you can see that this one is a dangerous sign?
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that question, because it is very important. You see, money is important.
I hear you.
Yeah, so talking about those dangerous signs, before I answer that question, the first thing I want us to know when we talk about dangerous signs or red flags, they are not always loud. They don't come on you in a dramatic way to say, hey, I'm red flag. Oh, this is me. You should be scared of me. They come in a subtle way. Sometimes they whisper. The signs are there. That's why you always hear someone say the signs are always there. So talking about finances in a relationship, for some of us that have been in relationships, for some of us that are currently in one or so, the truth of the matter is, love becomes sour without money. So if you're someone who, you have a partner that is not financially matured, that is not even ready to work, the person is not ready to put on efforts that will do something that will bring money, or doesn't want to even talk about money. You want no plan of savings, no investment. You don't want to talk about anything that has to do with money. It shows that you're not financially matured. And your relationship, trust me, no matter how much you try as a person, it won't go far. You won't thrive. You will just be drained peacefully.
All right. Thank you very much. Great. All right. Patience. There are some people that every relationship they enter, and every relationship of theirs that end, they are blaming the other partner. They never take responsibility. Does this sound like a dangerous sign? I mean, you're currently in a relationship with somebody, and when the person is talking about their past relationship, they are always blaming, somebody. They are never the cause of the problem. Somebody else is the cause of the problem. If someone refuses to take personal responsibility for, the end of a relationship, does that signal a dangerous sign?
Yes, I would say that is a dangerous sign because in a relationship, there are two people involved, and one person cannot always be right. It takes two people to be in a relationship, but it doesn't take just one person to have issues in the relationship all the time. Such a person, I would say, is a narcissistic person because they don't want to own up to their mistakes. They are always invalidating the other person. So I would say that is a very dangerous sign, a red sign.
All right, thank you very much. Revelation, what are some warning signs that a potential partner might be attempting to isolate you from, your supportive Christian community and accountability partners or family? I mean, you're in a relationship with somebody and the person is constantly trying to isolate you from, your supportive Christian community or your family. What are those signs that you might notice and say, "Look, this person has this trait in them"?
All right, thank you so much for that question. I would say, first of all, jealousy. Okay. Yes, jealousy, especially when especially when it has to do with the opposite sex. Let's take, for example, I'm in a relationship with someone, and then maybe I go for a concert, or maybe you'd connect, and then I see a friend of mine who is opposite sex, that is a female, and then I'm like, how are you doing? Hope you're fine. The person I'm in a relationship with, maybe I came with a lady, right? And the lady is standing there. The lady might not find it funny because I'm greeting the other opposite sex. Honestly, you'll be like, the attention that you're supposed to give to me, you're now using it to greet the other person. So what do you take me for? It gets to a point that you're like, so this is how you have been doing things. This is how you have been doing this. What do you take me for? And all that. Jealousy comes in.
Asking why you hugging her.
So jealousy comes in, right? Jealousy comes in, and then before you know, unnecessary questions keep popping up. You'll be like, why, is this how you do when you go for programs and all that and all that? You see, one thing with relationship, you need to have trust in your partner. The only problem that we have in our generation, in fact, one of the problems that we have in our generation is the fact that we find it very difficult to trust. We find it very difficult to trust. Even if maybe a guy is shaking a lady, maybe the lady is his friend, right? Maybe they just shake, it's a problem.
Okay.
If you greet from far, it's a problem. So what should we do?
All right, just stop right there. I want to tie something together. It seems like people trying to control people and all of that is also a tendency of a dangerous sign in a relationship. I'll take that question to Josiah. All right, if someone is trying to control you like that, and then, of course, we know that there are some relationships there are normal struggles in the relationship. How can a Christian distinguish between normal struggles in the relationship and, things pertaining to manipulation, control, and all of that?
All right, that's a very good question. You see, there are actually normal struggles because of, in a relationship, there are two different people. So you don't expect you people to agree on everything. But when it becomes toxic, as for instance, when there's name calling, when they start saying things like you're stupid, you're foolish, even as a joke, it's a very bad sign. Because even as a joke, it should not be said. Let me just give you a quick story. I was with someone that I know, and it was me, her, and her boyfriend. So we're out, we're eating, and he said something. I think he called her something like, "Oh, you don't even get sense." It registered in my ear, and I was like, So
but sometimes it's a joke.
No, listen, no.
They are saying it's normal joke.
No, You cannot.
Okay.
You cannot. No matter how, you see, we need to learn how to put boundaries on things.
Okay.
If it's just me and you,
Boundaries. All right.
at home, I will get it.
Okay.
But in a public place, it's not everybody that will go and say, okay, they're just joking. Do you understand?
Great.
It's not everybody.
All right,
that
so
is-
now talking about boundaries. What are the boundaries about sexual intimacy, sex and all of that in a Christian relationship? Somebody trying to come and spend the time in my house, come and visit me and all of that. Are those really dangerous signs? Because some people say that you need to know first before you enter. Before you marry the person, you have to test the waters. Even Christians, they want to test water. Is this a dangerous sign? And what are those signs that somebody can exhibit and you know that this person has these tendencies?
All right. To answer that question, it's a very important question. I like this question because you see, premarital sex is actually what is destroying a lot of singles. And a lot of us are doing things that we don't even know the whole consequence of. And when it comes to sex, the church actually just goes that, it's a sin against God. God doesn't like it. But that's not the only reason. In fact, let me just share 3 reasons why you shouldn't engage in premarital sex.
Okay, there are other reasons apart from just the fear of God.
Yes.
All right.
So first of all, you see all these red flags we're discussing here, you won't see it. As in, when you start engaging, you can't. All you'll be seeing is yellow. You cannot see red.
Yellow flag.
You will start asking very stupid and not really stupid, but senseless questions. Like my boyfriend is beating me. What should I do? It's because of you guys are really invested. Do you understand? And during sex, there's actually a chemical that is released, oxytocin.
Okay.
That's the bonding. It's for bonding, and women release this a lot during sex. So that's why some of them cannot leave, despite all the bars goes, the name calling, the beating, can't go anywhere because that used to go and gum them. They cannot go anywhere. Secondly,
Take the mic close to you.
Relationship only strive with self-control. You need self-control. And once your partner is not sleeping with you because you're the most beautiful, or you have the hottest body, or the love is too much, it's a lie. They are sleeping with you simply because they have no self-control. That is why your partner is sleeping with you. Thirdly is you need to, once you start having sex, communication is out of the window. You cannot have any reasonable communication with that person again. And you have to know the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. It's not everybody that is normal. Some people are, their mindset. It's not everybody that believes the woman is supposed to work. It's not everybody that wants children. Some people are not okay.
All right, thank you. Now, moving forward into the future. All right, moving forward into the future, I want to ask Doshuma, what are these discussions that you can have with somebody and you can, about your career, about your future goals, and you find that this guy, there are some red flags, this guy, or some dangerous sign this guy is exhibiting. And when you talk about your future goals and all of that.
Okay, talking about future goals, thank you very much, sir, for that question. Most times, 75% of what we do in a relationship is to talk. Because if you're not talking in a relationship with your partner, I don't know what we are doing. Most times, if I have a partner that I cannot converse with, or I'm talking about my goals, my 5 years goal, 3 years, the next year. Now we are trying to round up this year. I'm trying to tell him, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. The truth is, I will begin to, when I sit with my partner, I know my partner. I should be able to tell some things that he's not comfortable hearing. If I tell my partner about wanting to pursue a scholarship outside the country, his body countenance will tell the kind of person he is. If I'm talking with my partner about being a millionaire next year, or maybe trying to push my career to his face, and he's not comfortable with it, and you start hearing signs of, you say, now wow, you even talk about every small thing in our money, every small thing you want to fly, every small thing you want to do this one. Those signs are subtle. I will look
people
out for
talking
them.
down on your goals and all of that is a dangerous sign.
Yes, because there was even a conversation I had with somebody that was wooing me at that time. And there was something he said.
Tell us. We want to hear.
Go on.
Go on.
It was a casual statement that he said, but he didn't know that was a deal breaker. And what he said was...
Deal breaker.
What he said was, now wow, It's as if my eye dey up. Oh. So I was like, these are basic things. This wanting a car, having a house, having a better life, these are basic things you and I should even have as Christians. Because trust me, when you pursue your career to a certain level, you are even comfortable loving your partner rightly. So why am I talking about my career? I'm talking about us. I want to see your mindset. I want to know what you believe in. I want to know what your core values are. And you think that me talking about my career shows that my eyes are up. So you were your own day down, at the past now.
Abiu, this is the pass. Now, she mentioned something very strategic. She talked about deal breakers. I mean, you should also all have deal breakers. And I mean, this is the farthest I can come. Once this thing is not there, no, it's a no for me. Now, talking about deal breakers, patience. When you discover red flags or dangerous signs, as I would prefer to call it for the Christian community, what should you do? What are the steps you can take so that you can, either manage or whatever? What do you do when you discover a red flag or a deal breaker?
Okay, sir. Thank you for that question. There are some points that I want to bring to light, but the first one I want to mention is usually not emphasized enough. And the first one is what I would like to call intrapersonal conflict resolution. Intrapersonal conflict simply refers to struggles and disagreements that usually occurs within an individual. And it often involves emotional conflicts. So examples of intrapersonal conflicts are value conflicts, goal conflicts, identity crisis, and one of them is indecision. First of all, you need to sit down and think within yourself. That thing you're seeing, that red flag, is it really red? It could be white, it could be orange, maybe you're just mistaken. You need to think within yourself, be decisive that, okay, this thing I'm seeing is a red flag, and not just keep thinking and...
Now, when you come to the place where you discover it's a red flag...
Yes, okay, and that is where I move to the next point.
Time?
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. What you do is have a conversation with that person.
Okay.
Yes, discuss the pattern of behavior that you have been noticing and you would want it to be changed. And if that doesn't work out, and the next thing you need to do is to seek counsel. And this point, I would recommend seeking counsel from a relationship counselor, relationship experts. Yes, so you can gain insight on what you need to do. And the next step after you seek counsel is to end the relationship, of course. You need to end the relationship. And when ending that relationship, you need to be clear and direct, not throwing blame games to the other person that this is what you could have done to save the relationship, this is what you didn't do. Yes, you need to, yes.
Thank you very much. Now, she mentioned also, as she was speaking, about, some red flags not being red flags and all of that. But we want to get to a point where we can say that this one is a red flag. Definite. All right? So, revelation, as we try to round up, this is the last point. What are these fundamental, dangerous signs that are unnegotiable, when you find it in your partner? Just mention like 2 or 3.
All right.
And we are out of time, so.
First and foremost, abuse. Abuse of any kind. Both physical,
emotional.
mental. In fact, even spiritual. Because there's spiritual abuse too.
Okay.
There's
Next one.
Abuse. The next one, lack of faith. If your partner is not a believer, run. Run.
Next
and
one.
And then the next one, extreme dishonesty. To the point that you can lie. Even when you are telling the truth, people will still think it's a lie.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the last one, unresolved addictions. If your partner is into drugs, into other kind of stuff too, those are red flags that you should not condone at all. And they are non-negotiable.
Great. Thank you very much. I believe that my guests are still bustling with some points that they want to share. All right, you can clap. And we also believe that there are people in the congregation who would want to also share their opinions on stuff like this. And so we are trying to put together, we understood that this time would not be enough for us to cover this topic because it's a very critical topic and has so many aspects. So we're putting up something. If you look at the screen, there is a number there. My number is there. Josiah's number is there. And Revelation's number is there. Just copy it, chat us up. We'll add it to a group, and then we'll schedule a day that we can have a physical meet like a meet and greet session. We can sit and we can still talk about these things. All right? So take the numbers and chat us up, and we'll move forward from there. Thank you very much. I want to thank my guests. Thank you for your opinions. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us, sir.
All right.